We have some memes though.
Let's check out the memes.
So I usually do like a meme section on the podcast where basically I show the guests 5 memes and we just talk about whether they're relatable or let them spark a conversation.
Okay.
I'll put the memes on the screen in front of us. We were talking about gaming before.
What's ragdolled?
Oh, you don't know? So ragdoll is like, have you ever seen like in a like a game like for example like a first person shooter like Call of Duty or Halo or anything? The dude just gets hit and like all Grand Theft Auto or something. You know, your character gets hit and just like falls, like as if it's like lost all control of its body. Yeah.
In the manner of a ragdoll.
Yeah.
I've never played Call of Duty. I've only ever seen people in the army play it, which I thought was unusual. Because I was like, why bring your work home with you?
Yeah, exactly. It's well, I am glad that I fucking got to explain that one.
Yeah, it's just Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, but also it's pretty fucking Uncle. That's the Uncle Ben scene, dude, from the first one.
Oh, in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I've lost track of how many Spider-Mans we're up to now.
That one was the fucking roughest, but it's one of those things. I like it because of the time in my life when I watched it in like 2004. It was a cool thing, you know. Fuck yeah, Spider-Man. But if I seen it for the first time now as an adult, I'd be like, who the fuck is this Kirsten Dunst bitch?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was weird casting.
Oh, dude, I remember the original fucking comics. Mary Jane had the fucking like hourglass figure, like the nice like shaped fucking every dude that's into comics dream, you know, this chick chick that was into the nerdy kid at school, right?
Yeah.
Well, the nerdy kid was just fucking persistent and she eventually fucking said yes. That's exactly
the
what
nerdy
happened.
kid leveled up with superhuman abilities. Yeah. That's what happened.
That's every kid that watched there was the nerdy kid at school was just like, oh fuck yeah, like, you know,
trying to get a spider to bite them.
If I just get a spider to bite me, then
I'll get a girlfriend.
Maybe she'll bang my best friend. But yeah, so but then like they cast her, I'm just like flat ass fucking like messed up grill, you know.
Really?
She has that you know, Alison Dubois from fucking Medium with the teeth that go in a little bit.
Oh, who was that? That was an Arquette.
Yeah, and she's had it fixed since, but when that show was filming, they had like the same teeth. I don't know if they just fucking like digitalized it.
Maybe they were in vogue though.
Yeah,
you know Maybe they were the popular teeth at the time. This is Hollywood.
Yeah, dude. Actually, I'm such a fucking judgy cunt. Let's just be happy that they did what they did.
But you did win that beard competition that time, so like, I can understand how that might go to you.
You're right. Yeah. So take that fucking Greek dude that snobbed me at the fucking Oktoberfest 2014.
Totally. And Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, exactly. See, fucking. Yeah, I'm too good for Kirsten Dunst, man. Fuck you, Spider-Man. I don't need a spider to beat me. Bang a fucking 6 out of 10.
Fix your teeth, Dunst.
Oh, fuck. Let's move on to the next meme.
Me looking through. Tough for the pretty cashier. Aww.
Dude, do you ever remember, like, when Toy World was a thing? Like, people used to actually go in and buy...
Yeah, like shit. Toys R Us.
Toys R Us, yeah.
And Toy World, like, the chain.
You know, you go in and you get your fucking Lego and stuff like that, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man, the thing is, like, me as a kid, the cashier would be like, hey, buddy, how you going? And I'd be like, she likes me, and I crave attention, so, like, how you going? You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, then you realise you just look like the Rock standing next to, like, the world's tallest man.
Well, that's it, because you got a sense at the time that what you're buying isn't the manliest thing.
Yeah.
And so you just, like, bulk up as much sort of pseudo-testosterone as you can get.
Yeah.
And go.
Ugh. Yeah. Toxic.
Yeah, I get that.
That's when the toxicity started.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, hot. What's she doing? Is that an app?
That is a fucking... There's the back of a phone, sir.
Wow. I thought they were just for cocaine, but you can do liquids.
Yeah. Well, that's the front of the phone. The back's for the booze.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. See?
There's a system.
It's like a reversible jacket.
Yeah. Gen Z thinks of everything.
Yeah,
don't they?
depending on how you're feeling that day. It can be either a windbreaker or a fluffy jacket.
Oh, nice. Nice. See, we just had beer bongs when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, I mean, down the coast we just had bongs. We didn't know that you could
Put
there was
beer
a
in them.
beer version. Oh no, a lot of them had beer in them too. Remember once at a party, this girl got drunk and picked up a bong thinking it was her beer and fucking took a swig out of
I've
it.
done
dude.
that.
Oh,
it was
fuck.
disgusting. It was like tar.
Yeah.
I remember doing it too. I remember being like, I don't know, 15-year-old crumb bum in some shed in Deniliquin where I grew up.
Fuck yeah.
And I had like
Danny.
a beer in one hand and a bong in the other. And I remember so distinctly just sitting there going, right, you're going to take a sip of your beer and then you're going to finish your bong. And I went almost in slow motion and everyone around me was like, "Ah!" And part of the reason they're like, "Ah!" is because we were only 15-year-old crumb bums. We were going to strain the dregs, which was like recycling.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And they were
Upcycling.
like, Roland's drunk the dregs. Like, this is terrible. So that like, explains some
Roland's
things.
drunk the dregs.
Yeah.
Holy
it was
fuck.
it was the worst. It was the worst moment. It'll be with me forever.
I've not like been into I've been into parties, you know, I've been around the pot smoking and shit. So you can tell I don't do it because I called it the pot.
The pot.
Yeah, yes. But I've definitely been to those like houses before, you know. I'd go there and have a beer or whatever and hang out, but I just never really been into weed. And I remember once I was at one of those houses and it was like it was like a shed and there was like a separate section for the bedroom. And there was a guy over that had like came over, smoked some weed, and then went into the second part and was playing Xbox.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize there was someone in that second part playing Xbox. So I fucking come in, I sit down, I'm drinking a beer, and I stand over and I knock over the bong. You know, most people know what that's like. And I looked down, and it was just not. It wasn't like the house bong was like a proper one, whereas this was just a fucking like a fucking, you know, the Gatorade bottle bong.
Oh yeah.
And I knocked it over, and I looked down, and I was just like, because this dude's been in there the whole time. I've been there for like an hour, and he's been playing Xbox stoned for an hour, and I just kicked this fucking thing over, and I'm like, whose bong was that? And from the next room, I just hear, "Oi, which button shoots?"
You're like, there he is.
I'm like, oh, so someone's in there been playing a shooting game for an hour and hasn't shot a shot yet. Oh, fuck. So there you go. For the kings out there that have never shot their shot, there's people just like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fuck. Anyway.
Stoned in the living room.
But dude, this is me as I get older, man. Like I as a bartender, I see like me just being like, what the fuck is even going on? The worst thing as a bartender is when someone's just like, they're like, hey, can we get 3 shots? Like person order and 2 of their friends. Sure, no worries. Pull the shots. Hand you your phone. Can you film this for my Snapchat?
No.
The bartender.
Yeah. I'm not your publicist. Fuck off.
Best fucking thing about, oh, I'm not your media manager. Yeah, sure, I'll post it on my fucking Insta. Maybe I'll get some more followers. Anyway, I'll be like, the best thing about COVID was I'll be like, oh, sorry, I'm not actually allowed to touch your phone.
Yeah.
Like, I could pull that excuse.
Do you do it wrong? Do you like film, I don't know, someone else?
My own face.
Or put like one of those filters on where they turns them into dogs or something like that? That'd be great.
I think I'd have to put a filter to make them not dogs.
Yeah,
But,
okay.
You know,
Okay. That's the demographic we're talking about.
Yeah, just joking. I don't call people dogs because I don't smoke meth. But
No, fair enough.
Yeah. Don't you reckon that's a thing? Like, I've watched a lot of Highway Patrol,
Okay.
and there's one theme. If someone calls a copper a dog cunt,
Yeah.
they always test positive for meth.
Really?
100% of the time.
Why bother even testing them then?
That's what I said. I was
If
just
it
like,
just comes out, then...
okay, I'm starting a movement. Send an email to Victoria Police and say, I have a suggestion to save a lot of tax money.
Yeah.
And that would be, if someone calls you a dog cunt, arrest them for meth.
Yeah.
Because you can save yourself a meth test. Yeah.
Exactly. And those bitches are expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Expensive. Unlike the people that use it. Fuck. All right, let's move on. Just literally, dude. Have you ever had a pet?
Not
dog
really.
or cat?
I
Yeah.
mean, the family has.
Yeah.
But I struggle looking after myself. I couldn't look after an animal.
Yeah.
But
That's
it reminds
responsible.
me.
That's
yeah.
fucking
Well,
responsible.
thank you. That's what I thought.
I really
as well.
appreciate people that have that mindset. Yeah.
But this reminds me of Alicia Silverstone. Do you remember her, the woman from Clueless?
No.
Okay, so Clueless was a famous 90s movie.
Yep.
It was quite cult.
Up there with The Wire.
Yeah. And then she's
Sopranos.
a vegan, and so she has massive dogs, and she just feeds them vegan food. And she's like, no, they love it. And I was like, they can't tell you that. Like, they like eating, but I don't know that
They like that.
Yeah, that they just want quinoa. Do you know what I mean?
Have you ever seen someone feed a dog something that they want to appreciate that you've given them something, but they low-key spit it out? That is the fucking funniest thing.
Yeah.
It's the dog version of that video of the kid unwrapping the present that's an avocado. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
So it's Christmas or birthday or something. He unwraps it, but he's so enthusiastic. He just goes, "Oh, an avocado, thanks," and just puts it down. It's so fucking cute because it's just like, dude, that is a kid that like has been taught like manners and respect, right? Like I have a lot of respect for people
for that avocado kid.
Yeah. The other one is the kid that unboxes the N64. Have you seen that?
No.
There's this video of this kid that gets a Nintendo 64 when they were fucking hot. And
Yeah.
he unwraps it just enough to see that it's a Nintendo 64 and goes fucking ape shit.
Nice.
Like, and his sister even gets some residual like joy out of it. Like she obviously, you know, doesn't have the same level of energy as him, but this fucking like sister is just like she's ecstatic because he's so happy.
It's infectious.
I really do appreciate people that realize how like draining it can be on a pet to never see it. Like there's so many people that get an animal, like dog or cat mostly, dogs or cats is what I see most, and they just have it for the like 2 hours they see it after work before they go to bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's before the sun goes down, you know?
Exactly.
And it's just outside for the rest of the time. And it's like, do you think that like this animal is here to service you for those 2 hours? Like
you can service yourself for those 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if
Put
you,
on some hardcore porn.
yeah, that's if you're into edging.
Yeah,
But like if
exactly.
you're not, you've got at least an hour and 55 minutes left.
Yeah, or you can do some star jumps or...
Yeah, or jump stars.
Yeah.
Jump starters. I don't know, some sort of fucking weird sexual act. But yeah, I don't know what the story is with... I don't know why people sort of like do that. And the biggest travesty of it all is people that like then go, oh, sorry, the pet's not for us, and then it becomes someone else's problem, you know?
Yeah.
Or the neighbour's problem. They're just like barking all the time out the back. if
Yeah,
it's a dog,
totally.
or people, their cats outside that attack native animals. I don't know. I have a pretty strong stance against the idea of just getting a pet because they're a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've grown up with pets, but it's because my old man worked in like farming, so he had animals for to run on the farm, and they'd only be inside at night time, and hang around the family, and then they'd sort of go out and get exercise for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So that was good. But
Totally.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because of like my background. I know the full potential of having a pet, and like how you're not getting that full potential out of not letting it exercise and shit. I mean, people take it for a walk or whatever, I guess, but like,
But you've also got the other end of the spectrum where people are just like smothering their pets. And you're like, the pet needs some space.
yeah,
All right. Like those people that want to bring their pets on planes and
Yeah.
have like a seat for their pet on the plane. And you're like, no, you can't bring your fucking peacock on a plane. Like, it's dumb.
yeah, or the
It's about being together apart.
fuck yeah, dude. I'm a king of the callbacks, but you got me on that one. There is actually like some, like I don't have the same stance with service animals. I like completely understand that.
100%.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just the people who are addicted to their pets and they're like, no, it must be like in society with me all the time. No, it's not my pet. I don't care.
I used to have a buddy. We're not tied anymore, but and this, isn't the reason, but it's one of them. He would just walk up to people that had their dog and pat it without talking to the owner first.
Oh, okay.
And I used to just like, because I grew up with farm animals, right? I'm like, you don't touch a dog that's not yours unless you've talked to the owner, you've let it sniff your hand, you've done all the things you've got to do, right? Get it to know you and maybe pat it if it wants, Like, consent doesn't end with humans.
Exactly.
But yeah, anyway, I don't really agree with. Fuck you. How many times am I going to say it? I don't fucking like people get pets. I don't like when people get pets.
Yeah, flippantly.
I love it how I just like reiterate my own point and then get mad at myself because I do it. You're just sitting there the whole time like, fuck.
I like this as a values-based podcast.
Yeah, you did the equivalent of like, I remember one time I opened a I'm getting somewhere with this. I'm one of those kids that used to pull everything apart. Working things, I would fuck it because I'd try and make and work out what made it tick. And I got a measuring tape, and I undid it, and as soon as I pulled the fucking pulled it in half. It just fucking exploded everywhere. It's like it unspiraled.
Yeah, yeah.
My face was like yours just then when I was yelling at myself because you were like...
Okay, great.
Yeah. This is why
he's unspiraled.
You both unpack something. Oh, fuck. Let's move on to, I think, the last meme. Hopefully the last meme. I don't know if this is even a bit...
Hey. Who's this bitch?
Oh, it's fucking hot, though.
Oh, look.
Dude, did you ever go to, Mad Max or, like, Zambreros and they just fucking wrap that shit up?
Yeah.
I tell you what I hate, dude. When you order, like... They put on, like, the bare minimal, like, of something. So, like, you order, like, oh, yeah, I'll get, like... the fucking whatever burrito, and they'll just be like, oh yeah, it's just like a little bit. Like they do it like they're rolling a joint for their friend that has no money. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, just a sprinkle, I'll put a bit more cut in that one for you.
Yeah, exactly. Like jalapenos, they'll just put like one little bit of jalapeno. And you're like, no, this is 50 cents.
I tell you what's annoying though. When they charge extra for something, but they don't put it much on there. Like when oh, do you want guac? Yeah, no worries. You do know it's an extra $2. Like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. And then they're just like, okay, here's like a little bit.
Yeah, here's some trace guac.
Yeah.
You're like, avocados are $1.20 and you charge me $2 for that fucking snail trail of guac? No.
That's why I like...
I'll do it myself.
We'll do it live. So that's why I like Yarralumla kebabs, dude, because they just... Have you ever been there?
No, but I've heard about it.
It is
They're
fucking
notorious.
Crazy. Yeah, so... Do you know what I love about that, dude? This is the price. No matter what you get, whether you want less or more, it's the flat rate, right? Like, it's not going to be like at like most places where it's just like, oh, you want cheese on your kebab? Oh, well, that's an extra $1. It's just like, kebabs have cheese. They all have cheese.
Exactly.
No matter what you pay, it's got cheese, or you can choose not to have it. But we're not reducing or increasing the price whether or not you want something.
Yeah, this is what it is.
Oh, that was our last one. So yeah, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, shit. That is literally someone rolling up my burrito after I tell them several times that I want extra shit on it, though, because they get to the end and they're like, fuck, this is why we need to put smaller things on there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Zambrero's burritos are kind of elasticized, I've noticed. So they can fit a lot in.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, I also think that I think it helps when the person serving you also likes the food because they know what makes it taste good, right? Like if someone... Have you ever been somewhere where you could tell the person was like over their job? Like I fucking hate that shit.
When your heart's not in this.
Oh man, I get like a consent trigger. Like I'm just sitting here going like, hey, look, if you don't want to do this, that's cool. Like I can just can them.
Yeah.
Like it kind of makes me feel awkward because I feel like I'm making them do something they don't want to do. Like I always love to know that someone is super fucking happy to do it. But to be fair, over enthusiasm is also a fucking warning sign of non-consent, right? Like if someone's like, I fucking really love doing it. Like no one ever says, like if a girl comes to me and she's just like, hey, I really want to have sex with you, that's more of a trigger than someone that's just like, hey, like let's hang out, you know?
Yeah,
Like I'm like, fuck. You know?
Exactly. Well, I get that because like I'm a homo, so it's like if someone is like, I really want to have sex with you, I'm automatically going, well, I don't really want to have sex with me. Do you know what I mean? Like I really put it in perspective. I'm like, I'm not sure I could muster this level of enthusiasm. There's something suspicious about you.
Holy fuck. Welcome to my Instagram. That's the clip of the podcast.
I love it.
But yeah, dude, I'm the same though, right? Like I actually tried to do a bit about that, but it's really hard to talk about consent on stage as a straight white male and not get like some sort of fucking like awkwardness out of the crowd. You know what I mean? Like the premise of the bit is like that, you know, like I see over consent as much as a red flag as like non-consenting. Like I need I'm about, people are like, it's not just about consent, it's about enthusiastic consent. And the bit that I was like is like, I want so consent because I know that that's realistic.
Exactly.
Like there's such a thing as I'm starting to get a little deep into this subject, but like we'll close it with this. There's such a thing as staged consent to try and avoid situations. So like if that person thinks they're in danger, they'll be like, I really want to be with you just so that I can get out of danger and then I'll fucking never speak to you again.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like they can be like, you know, hey, yeah, I totally want to have sex with you. Just let me go to the bathroom, and then they like leave, right? So like, there's that. Like, there's like like you can fake enthusiasm, right?
Yeah. As a coping mechanism.
Yeah, if you think you're in danger, you can fake enthusiasm. So like, I mean, not that I would ever like put anyone in that situation because I'm pretty good at like, you know, stepping back and just letting, I'm very like, if someone wants to like, if someone wants to hang out, fuck whatever they want to do, I'll let them like make that move, you know? And I swear I've even skipped on potential relationships or whatever because I sort of wanted them to make the first move and they wanted me to make the first move. But I'd prefer that than the latter. Like I'd prefer that than me being too forward about someone that I was interested in. And making them feel uncomfortable. So that's why I am like that. But like, you know, I'm sure strippers don't actually want to fucking hang out with you, but it's their job. So they do what I was talking about before. They do enthusiastic, hey, thanks, oh, this is so fun, yeah, you're so nice, blah, blah, blah. They won't fucking talk to you if you weren't paying them, but it is consensual. It's just not like as enthusiastic as what they're making out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I guess it's navigating the consent as it escalates.
Yeah.
So it's like that interaction is consensual and is based on the parameter of their job and if there's a transaction going on and that sort of thing. But I guess that, it's about realizing that it doesn't mean you can then assume you're going to have sex with the person or what have you. And that,
It's weird when people assume anything from a date or anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, the only thing I like to say that I'm going to get out of a date is that it's going to be, like, mutual. Like, I'm not that guy that... I'm going to out myself here. I'm not a fucking I pay for the meal guy, right? Like, and I'm very upfront about that. When I'm dating, I'm just like, I split bills. I don't like...
Fair enough.
No, but you know why? Because I want to know that it's even. Like, I want to know that, like, there's nothing to be gained out of this date aside from the person wants to talk to me and get to know me.
Yeah.
Like, if I remove that element out of it, there's no financial benefit from them being in this date. There's no, like, it's completely...
And there's no pressure. If you take someone out for dinner and they, you know, just pretend they're softly, and there's been a bit of flirting and you've paid for everything, you don't want them to think, oh, well, now I feel like I owe him something.
Yeah.
Like, and so if it's on a level playing field, I could imagine that would be more comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, the other issue is sometimes you become victim of someone's shitty past experiences, and sometimes I found I'm in a relationship now and have been for like over 12 months now.
Yeah,
but I found when I was dating, fuck man, sometimes you would have conversations with girls and they would tell you their previous experience in dates and all that sort of shit.
Yeah,
and you'd be like, I'm fucking like, I don't want to apologize on behalf of straight men, but holy fuck, like, you've had some shitty experiences, you know? Like, you find yourself like sometimes ashamed to be a straight white dude, you know? Like, just because someone else has been such a cunt in the past that, like, but you don't want to kind of apologize on behalf of someone else, because I can only really like be accountable for my own actions. So yeah, fuck, holy shit. See, how good was that? We get through all the comedy at the start, we break the ice, and then we just get into the deep shit.
Deep questions.
Holy fuck. So that's a treat at the end for anyone that's stuck around for the whole podcast. You get to hear the really cool the deep cuts.
Totally.
But yeah, all right, well, cheers heaps for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
We are going to do this is coming out after our show, so if you came out to the basement and checked out the show of Roland and myself, thanks for coming out. If you're listening to this podcast like as it comes out. But yeah, appreciate you being on the show. And where can people find you for social media?
Social media on Instagram, I'm at Roly Foley.
Yeah.
Which is a very weird name. It's ROLIE_FOLIE. I don't know why I came up with it. No one can spell it. That's about it. Really.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'll tag Roland in this one on the Instagram, so you can check me out. You know, Marky Worthington Comedy on all social media platforms except for Twitter. It's just Marky Comedy because Worthington's too fucking long for their character limit. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.